Guys, Joker from Victory Till the End, back again once again, and as you can see, and as you can hear, this video is about Zhongli. So I did poll him. The banner is still up for him for a while, right here. You have about a week, so if he interests you at all as a DPS or a support,
wine tastes the same
by all means, go ahead, give it a shot.
Where are those who share the memory?
Thank you, Zhongli, for that. And today, I'll be talking about mainly focusing on the way that I use Zhongli, which is support DPS Zhongli. So, like secondary DPS support Zhongli. So first off, one thing you should know about Zhongli, though, in general, is he's very, very good for farming minerals. Observe, you just hold down. Boom. 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 Mining god, and also his special talent involves, like his passive is you get back materials for foraging pole arms, so that's overall good if you're trying to get a free-to-play weapon, or really any, just if you want a free-to-play weapon, that's actually pretty good. So let's get into the Zhongli. I've been testing him. He's at level 70. I'm actually getting close to being able to ascend him to 80, and then I'll try to get him to 90. Let's first start off with the weapons you're going to want for him. Now, I want to swap off of this for now since I have a support Zhongli, but this is really good for just a little bit more damage. The 4-star craftable Crescent Pike is very nice for a DPS Zhongli, but right now I'm just using this because this is the highest polearm that I have that's actually decent on him. And, you know, it just gives me a little bit more damage, but I'd probably try to rather use this, because support Zhongli, energy recharge is really nice. So, like, if you happen to get any of the 5-stars, any of the 5-stars are good. The Vortex Vanquisher is good. The Jade Stone, very nice, but I prefer the Skyward Spine. Skyward Spine is probably the best 5-star for support Zhongli. But for Zhongli support for 4-star weapons, I personally want to build up my prototype Grudge because energy recharge. Anything with energy recharge would be great to spam your abilities. Dragon's Bane would work if your main DPS is Hydro or Pyro, so you know you can just increase the damage there. Halberd, not a good option in my opinion. Neither the Tassel. That good of a pick, you're going to want 4-stars, which again, you can easily craft the Grudge for support or the Pike for DPS. So that should be fine there. Another good option for Zhongli, probably for support DPS, would be the Favonius Lance, because that can give you some energy recharge, so that would be good. Another good option is in the Battle Pass, right over here. It's not as good as the Favonius Lance, in my opinion, or the Grudge, but Death March could be nice for either or, for DPS or support, but again, you would prefer the energy recharge. So now that that's out of the way, we shall talk about artifacts for Zhongli. Now, the main set that I want to run on him as a support is, I found either a 4-piece Archaic Petra or a 2-piece Archaic Petra and a 2-piece Noblesse Oblige for elemental burst damage, because his big elemental burst is freaking amazing. I freaking love it. It is a big meteor that does a lot of freaking damage. So with artifacts, what you're going to mainly want with him, now of course I don't have the best artifacts here as you can see here, but you're going to want like energy recharge, elemental mastery, and a goblet with, if you're going DPS Zhong, physical damage bonus, but if you're going support Zhong, probably either energy recharge or geo damage bonus. So those are probably the two that you want there, which, you know, it's very, very hard to get the extra bonuses, so sometimes you just have to suck it up and just deal with what you got there, but that's what you want for the goblet. For the helmet, I currently am using this as a placeholder because I need to rework my Noblesse Oblige set. I have some that I might swap out with some Archaic Petra set for Zhongli, but right now those Noblesse Oblige sets are on child, which that will change with the new update coming December 23rd. after I farm out the Hydro artifacts for him. So of course you're going to want a crit rate, or crit damage, or a circuit. This is already really starting to look decent. If I can roll some energy recharge, some crit rate, that will be really nice for him. And then of course Feather and Flower, they're going to be their own things. HP, you know, attack. And then with here, you usually would want to roll more of like an attack. Elemental Mastery is nice too. So that's really that there. I personally definitely prefer the Archaic Petra and Noblesse Oblige set. Both 2Ps for my support Zhongli, but if you're running DPS, you know, pretty good option for Zhongli for DPS. I've seen 4-piece Archaic Petra. I've seen the Boliad set. Where is it? Right here, the Boliad set. I've seen 4 pieces of that. Because of his shield, he can get more damage. But again, in my opinion, he was made more for a DPS support role. Let's get into his Constellations. If you get really lucky, his Constellations are busted. So if you're really lucky or you want to spend money on him, you know, they're kind of busted. You get another of his elemental skill to be able to do. You have his elemental burst, granting shield. You got AoE damage increase, and you got healing as well on Constellation 6, but of course I'm not that lucky, and there's other characters I kind of want to go for. And I only have so much money that I can afford to spend in this game at this point, so I kind of, you know, would rather try to go for them. His talents, of course, you don't really need to level up the normal attack. It's just a nice little normal attack. I'll demonstrate that later. His elemental skill is Dominus Lapis, which has 2 versions of it, a press and a hold. The press summons a big stone stele that deals AoE geo damage, and it will resonate with other geo constructs, so it can resonate with the Geo Travelers constructs, like both their skill and their burst, and Ningguang's skill. It works with that. It resonates with that. It resonates with the Geo Hilichurl Shaman pillars that they put up. It resonates with that, and that's the press, but if you hold it down, it causes nearby geo energy to explode, which creates a Shield of Jade, and this is where he comes in really nicely as a support. The shield damage absorption scales based on his max HP, so again, if you're building him as a support, you're probably going to want to focus more on energy recharge and HP percentage, very likely, as the main stat for most of your artifacts, but again, crit damage is nice for the occasional times where he's on the field dealing some damage. And also, it absorbs geo damage 250% more effectively. If there are nearby targets with a geo element, it will drain a large amount of geo element from outside there. And then, of course, what he is known for me, and what you're going to be wanting to use him for as a support mainly, or as a physical DPS, this is where he mainly gets his stuff done. His elemental burst, Planet Befall, where he straight up just brings down a meteor from the sky and hits whatever's in the meteor's wake, which applies really good crowd control, known as petrification. Opponents affected by petrification status cannot move. If you level him up a little, eventually you'll unlock this right here, Dominance of the Earth. I think it's level 60. Planet 3rd Ascension, I think. But the Planet Befall, which is the Elemental Burst, deals additional damage equal to 33% of Zhongli's max HP. So overall, HP is really, really nice to build on him, but I don't recommend fully speccing into HP. As mentioned before, his passive refunds 15% of the ores used when crafting polearm weapons. So that's Zhongli there. And now we can get into some of his comps, which a nice free-to-play comp is very, very, very simple. Let's see, you have a Traveler, although instead of an emo, it's Geo. So Geo Traveler, Zhongli, and Xianglong, and some Pyro character to get the Pyro bonus. Of course, you have Amber for free, so you know,
Amber, reporting.
That's kind of up to whatever. If you want to use Amber, go ahead. And that's for the extra attack damage bonus from fire. Well, also it would be rocking double geo, which would be enduring rock, increases resistance to interruption. When protected by a shield, it increases the attack damage by 15%. Very, very nice. You can have Xianglong to put out the pyro, and you can get pyro crystals crystallized there. You have your Geo Traveler as your main DPS, and Zhongli there as a DPS support. And you can synergize with the Stele and the Geo Traveler things. Very nice free to play. Team comp. Another team comp that's very nice would be replace Xiangling with Mona. I don't have Mona, but Mona.
Ready
Have
for
Venti. This one's very, very costly. And then where the Traveler would be, have a Diluc or a Klee. You get the fire attack bonus. Diluc or Klee as your main DPS. Zhongli as your DPS support. And also Venti as a DPS support style character as well. Like, hit the elemental burst with Venti, hold him in place, do the damage you need to do, but then immediately after have Zhongli, boom, elemental burst, petrify. Very heavy crowd control, but of course this is probably one of the most expensive team comps, or you have to be really freaking lucky, because again, it's all 5 stars. You have Diluc or Klee, and then you have Zhongli, then you have Mona, and then you have Venti. A good replacement for Venti, if you want a healer, would be Jean, or, you know, if you're kind of on a budget there, you didn't get your Venti, you know, you can have a Sucrose, which basically would do what Venti does, just slightly not as well, but still up the damage. Now, one of the comps I actually want to mess with right now, like in the future, would be this comp right here. You have Razor as your main DPS, Zhongli DPS support. You have Fischl right here as another DPS support. And this could work with any character, you know, you could have any cryo character, but the one that fits for me here would be Diona, because she can heal and puts up a shield. She puts up a shield. He puts up a shield. She has constant electro damage. Electro plus cryo is superconduct to lower physical defense. And then you have Razor, who is overall a really, really good main DPSer. And, you know, as a little bonus, you also get high voltage, so, you know, enemies affected by, basically, superconduct, which you will be using, electrocharged or overload, have a 100% chance to generate an electro elemental particle, which is 5 seconds less cooldown, which, you know, that just allows you to get your abilities faster, and that's overall really, really, really nice. This one right here would work as well, where we have Ningguang, main DPS.
Understood.
And then we have Zhongli. And then we have Xingyan, which she can also be gotten from this banner. Same thing with the Razor. And we have Bennett. Bennett can be a healer. Xingyan can apply another shield and can DPS where Ningguang or Zhongli's not. Ningguang is a fantastic main DPS from what I've seen people do with her. She can be very easily a very nice main DPS. Her Geo construct in her elemental skill resonates with Zhongli's. Again, Xingyan can create a shield and also be on the field if needed. Bennett can heal and also buff attack, which, you know, it's pretty freaking obvious if you've not watched really anybody's reviews or guides already. He is very underrated and is like one of the best supports, if not the best support in the game. So you get a little bit of healing off of him. If you have a Constellation 6 Zhong, you get some healing off of him. You got some shield off of Xingyan. Zhongli, you know, you got your shield off of him. You got the resonance with Ningguang. And as mentioned, you get the fire bonus for more attack and enduring rock, which increases your attack damage. Overall, a beautiful, beautiful comp for DPS support Zhongli. But the one I am currently running, which you saw earlier, is
Need to end a few enemies.
Child as the main DPS for me, Tartaglia, Zhongli, and then we have Fischl as an option, or Bennett. I personally prefer Bennett.
Give me a moment
And Venti.
to compose myself.
Venti and Zhongli, crowd control, very, very nice. Zhongli provides the shield as well, which can absorb a lot of shit, let me tell you. In fact, I'm probably going to show you later about it. There are times where, like, I fought the Tartaglia, like, child boss, or I did, like, an Abyss floor where I'm like, there is no way in hell that I would have cleared that without having that shield. Like, there was a point where all my characters were dead fighting Child, and Zhongli was just there with his shield tanking everything, and it was freaking great. But here you have a main DPS here. Here you have 2 DPS supports, and then you have Fischl to just about her bird. Right here you can get Electro Charge off of Child and Fischl. And you can pick up Hydro or Electro Crystals. Again, crowd control off of Venti and Zhongli, shield off of Zhongli. But I personally prefer having Bennett over Fischl, which is really nice in my opinion, because again, you get the attack bonus off of Bennett, and you also get the heal. So when Zhongli's shield is down, you can have Bennett can heal, and up your attack. Right now, a really good artifact set for Child / Shartalia for this comp, or whatever your main damage dealer is, would be the Bolead set mentioned before, because once you have a shield, you gain increased damage, which of course you're going to Geolize with the Geostele and all the Geo stuff with Hydro or Pyro, or if you're using Fischl over Bennett, Electro. So the Bolead set would be really nice. You'll have that shield up when you don't have Child shield, like the when you don't have Zhongli's shield up, you'll have that shield up, and you might have both up. Which, of course, the 4-piece of Bolead is well protected by a shield. You gain 40% normal and charged attack damage. So that could work if you don't manage to get good stat rolls on the new Hydro artifact set coming in for Child. Or you just want the shield damage bonus. Or you're just impatient and feel like it right now getting that set. So those are some team comps for support Zhongli. If you want me to do a video for team comps for DPS Zhongli, you can definitely let me know. Another thing to notice about Zhongli is not only can he make a dick with the Earth Traveler and that, you know, the 2 balls and the, yeah. But with this thing, it blocks line of sight with enemies in the Abyss. So, like, let's say there's an archer over here. You place this down, he can't see you while you're behind here. Also, I found this out, it's just pretty cool. So you can climb on this, and like with the wolf boss, how the wolf boss has that phase where he runs around and then dashes at you. You can literally just stand on here, he'll break it, and you just fall down and you take no damage. So that's very, very nice. Oh, more things to farm. Bop! As you can see, that's the shield right there. So let's go into some testing then, shall we? The Pyro Flower, which this should go quick since, you know, we have Child in them. So let's quickly set up our shield. And you can see how much the shield tanks. It's very, very nice. Look at that. Health not going down. Health not going down. Health not going down. Health not going down. Got Crystal. Got another shield. Get this down.
Who's next?
I'm gonna wait for this cooldown to come up. Okay, that shield's gone. Took some damage there. Zhongli not taking damage. His normal attack, very cool looking.
Brace yourself.
Flower down. Let's do this. Do this. Do this. Order. Nice damage.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Nice damage with the order. That's where the Geo comes in to do more damage with that. I did not mark. So, you know, that's an issue there. I should have marked the enemy. But oh well. Zhongli. Get some of that Geo up. I'll be doing more damage if I had the Bolead set up and I could place down that, but... Of course, Zhongli. Shield, no damage, sorry. No damage. Oh, now he got a little bit of damage. My shield's down, but it's back up now.
Brace Brace yourself.
As you can see, that's where energy recharge is really nice, getting his ultimate up very quickly, along with getting his shield up, which does, as you can see, transfer over
Time for
between
takeoff.
characters. And that's the Pyrovine dead with support Zhongli. As you can see, that is nice there. Let's do some testing in the Abyss. Now, you know, don't get mad at me. I've been kind of lazy with the Abyss. I've been a little bit, just a tiny bit lazy when it comes to the Abyss. So I'll go into the Abyss. I'm only floor 6 right now, I know. Very, very lazy. But I'll catch you when I'm by the Abyss. I'm lazy. I've not been doing a bunch of things. If you want to see a floor 12 thing with Zhongli, Tectone can show you that, and there's a few others that have done it. So I'm just gonna get this in here.
This is order.
And as you can see, they're petrified.
Stabilize.
Brace yourself.
That's overall really good.
Adventures, everybody stand back.
Of course, my Bennett's not doing much due to the
Solidify.
fact that I have him on the Made Him Beloved set. Shield, making me not take any damage. Really, really nice. Of course, this would work on the higher levels. It would just not last as long. I know I'm a little bit over level for this, and I am sorry for that, but I'm just here just to show off things. Here. And here, Zhongli, watch. So you see these archers? You put this in, get here, they're non-existent. That archer does not see me, he's not firing. That archer right there, blocked.
Yahoo!
So then that allows things like this to happen there.
Get out of here!
I will have order.
Get a nice little petrification.
Solidify.
Get in there, get that going. It's also very nice to deal with shields, to try to break shields. The hold, it's very good for shields. Also, if you're farming Gimmel, the constructs that Gimmel has, Zhongli holding it down will break the thing. Like, it will deal damage to it, so that's overall great. So that was just one little half there. If you want further in the Abyss with Zhongli as a DPS support, you can let me know. I'll try to make that in. But that is Zhongli in a nutshell. Very, very nice and really nice DPS support. Pretty decent deep overall main DPS, but I'd rather run him as a DPS support. MiHoYo straight up stated that he was supposed to be a DPS support, like a supportive role, and his kit definitely says that. So yeah, I do like Zhongli. If you think he'll fit one of your comps, or you just like him for the drip and everything else come along with them, then go ahead and get him. You have a week left. Hope you enjoyed. Like if you did, subscribe only if you see fit. Hit the notification bell to stay notified of future updates. Leave in the comments if you want a DPS Zhongli build, or you want a stream of me actually going through the Abyss trying to get as far as I can before I physically can't without more preparation. And I'll catch you all on the next one.